What's up, Squadron? Today on Street Food with Senpai, we're gonna make the famous UFO burgers from the South Korean fast food chain. 3 different versions, a fire chicken, a cheeseburger, and my favorite, the Korean barbecue. We'll start off with some milk buns. Combine 200 grams of water and 40 grams of bread flour over medium heat. This is called a tangzong and it helps the bread retain moisture to stay fresher longer. Next, in a stand mixer, combine 300 grams of bread flour, 5 grams milk powder, 5 grams of delicious active dry yeast, 40 grams of sugar, 7 grams of salt, and 130 grams of milk. Add in the cooled down tangzong, attach the pirate arm, and mix for 10 to 12 minutes. Honestly, you can skip the tangzong if you want to and the result's still gonna be great. Give it the old window pane test to see how much it stretches without tearing. It should be pretty smooth and elastic. Cover it up, put it somewhere warm for an hour where it should, in theory, double in size. Olay! Punch it down like 2 to 16 times to release any large gas bubbles and plop it out. You got this, buddy. Plop. Divide the dough into 140 gram balls using a bench scraper. Then make a claw, press down slightly, and roll the dough within your claw. All that manhandling is gonna get you a super smooth dough ball. Oil a sheet tray, position the balls, and smush them down. You're gonna need them flat for the UFO-ification. Top with a sheet tray and let that rise for another hour. For the egg wash, blend 1 egg with a splash of water and brush onto those fluffy buns. Bake at 400 for around 15 minutes for some pretty yummy bread. Now let's make our first burger, the bulldog or Korean fire chicken. Combine 4 tablespoons brown sugar, 1 whole tablespoon of cayenne, 2 tablespoons Korean chili flakes, 5 tablespoons soy sauce, and 2 tablespoons rice wine vinegar. Then 2 tablespoons of sesame oil, 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste, and 4 tablespoons of gochujang. Mixy, and then it's thigh time. Cut 1 pound of boneless chicken thighs into 1.5 to 2 inch chunks. Toss that with your salsa, a sprinkle of salt, and marinate that overnight. Chicken thighs are naturally super tender and forgiving, so you can skip that part if you want. Heat up 2 tablespoons of oil over very high heat and then add the chicken. Top with half a pound of chopped green cabbage and a little bit more salt for the cabbage. And a super extra but pretty fun step is to torch the top like a maniac. They did it in the video, so I want to do it too. You really want that sugar to char and caramelize because it adds a completely different flavor like Korean barbecue. Set that aside and we'll pickle some jalapenos real quick. In a pot or a pan, combine 1 cup of white vinegar, 1/3 cup of water, 1/3 cup of sugar, and a pinch of salt. When that comes up to a boil, pour it over 2 cups of jalapenos. I wouldn't get much spicier than that if you value your life. Okie dokie, UFO time. Layer the bun with Kewpie mayo, onions, those pickled chilies, and a piece of lettuce. Carefully lay on like a 1/4 cup of the chilled chicken, and let's try to UFO this thing. Big problem though. While researching, we learned that the UFO burger press that they used was like $600. Probably not practical for your average home cook to spend $600 on a UFO maker, so here's a more reasonable method. We were thinking a double bowl attack, but the buns just weren't wide enough. F-. We figured we'd give a ramekin a chance, but double F-. Next we tried an arepa maker, which was a pretty brilliant idea, but the bun was still too small. So we definitely didn't postpone our entire shoot to make a wider bun. We also underbaked it this time, so it was a little bit more pliable. Get out of here! We followed the same building process, concentrating on the middle. Ideally, the holes in this arepa maker would be deeper, but this was still like a 500% improvement. After cooking this for a few minutes, this little guy made it. We gave it a little trim in to get that UFO shape, and it ended up looking pretty cute. After 2 days of failure, we cut into it, and I was pretty happy with the result. It was definitely tiny, but like an adorable, delicious snack. Like maybe something you'd see at a Korean 7-Eleven. Worked much better, although we couldn't overstep it because the edges wouldn't crimp and seal. Regardless of the effort it took, it tasted bomb. Like a savory and racially diverse Uncrustable. This bulldog chicken would be a great recipe over rice or stuffed into a burrito too. I do wish I put a bunch of cheese in here though. Now we move on to the cheeseburger UFO. Take 80-20 ground chuck and form that into 2 to 3 ounce patties and set aside. I don't know what I was doing with those measuring cups, so don't worry about it. For our umami sauce, combine 2 tablespoons soy sauce, 1 tablespoon sugar, 1/4 cup Worcestershire, and half a cup of ketchup. That's it. For the burgers, get a pan piping hot and then sear your burgers with salt and pepper. Put some American cheese on there and torch those boys. Dude, I swear this is how they were doing it in the video. Then you're gonna sauce up your buns, add some lettuce, the burger, QP mayo, chilies, and onions. Customize this however you want. Sriracha, bacon, peanut butter, whatever you feel like, dog. Give that a secondary smash in that easy bake oven. Cut this hot pocket in half and check out the cross section. Yeah, boy, still one of my favorite foods. We're just missing some french fries and a Grimace milkshake. No offense to the smash burger community, but this last one was my favorite. Bulgogi or Korean marinated short ribs. Cut off any bones and then slice the meat thin, around 1 pound's worth, and set it aside. The marinade is a 1/3 cup brown sugar, 1/3 cup soy sauce, 3 tablespoons mirin, 2 tablespoons rice wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons sesame oil, and a little extra because it's awesome. 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste. Break up any large chunks, add the riblets with like half a teaspoon of salt, and marinate that John overnight. Just like with the chicken, heat up a little bit of oil over very high heat, trying to get some super nice caramelization. As much as I'd love to eat this with a bowl of rice and kimchi, we gotta stuff this into our baby UFO burgers. You can't beat soy sauce and sesame oil. One dope thing about this is that I really like the crunch that the press adds. It's like a panini or a cubano. Got me thinking, maybe we should experiment with some stuffed grilled cheese.